In this video, Secure DNS Server Setup, video number 11, we're going to do this instead of some other things we talked about. I have Winbox up here showing, and notice it's the reason connection is refused because we're in service mode and we can't access it with Winbox. So instead we're going to use PuTTY. So let's discuss what we're going to do with PuTTY in here. The prerequisite for this video is to do video numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. And all this will be listed down in the video description. This ensures the router is backed up in both maintenance mode and service mode. So this video will result in a secure DNS remote server. That's what we're looking for here. No man in the middle. In this video, an internet connection is required, so we want to leave the bottom cable plugged in, the Ether 1 cable plugged into our telco router so that we have a gateway to the internet. And we're going to run the router in the in-service mode, a very secure mode, so this way people can't observe what we're doing. Then we're going to access the router using SSH with keys for security reasons. So in the syntax listed below, you notice that we have a slash, and then a line. That's something that you type in. And then we have just a word. That's a command you're typing in. If you see a pound sign, that's just a results. That's just a comment line. You don't type that. If you see a plus sign, that's a status sent back from the router. So we executed this. It came back with these 3 status lines. So that's how you use this particular grouping of commands. Once again, type that. The results come back with those pluses. Type that, and then to get in the right directory, then type this, and that's just a comment. So I think we've gone over that far enough. Okay, so let's get started with this program. First, we have to start up our SSH. So if you remember, my plan was do it. Go to load do it. I'm going to open up the router, my passphrase key. And there were a couple of reboots done previous where they weren't done right. So it always shows previous errors since the last time it was booted. Notice it's labeled as TP-Link, which we did in earlier lessons. So at this point, we still have a secure router. People can't easily hack into it, but we can also do things now. So the first thing we're going to do is come over here, do IP service, and then print for results. So we're going to do IP service, enter, then type print. We'll see all the interfaces, make sure they're all disabled except SSH. So they are all X's. The only one that's not an X is SSH. That's where we want to be. We're in secure mode right now. Okay, so that was the first step. Second step, we want to fetch this tool. So we copy and paste. Copy. And we get these results. Finish, total, whatever, and duration. So that command was successful because we got the proper results. We got 4 results plus the finish status. Okay, next thing we want to do is come over here and copy and paste this. Copy. That takes a while. It's doing quite a bit. It's getting certificates. So eventually we'll come back with these results. Okay, and our results, certificates imported, private keys, all this stuff came back. So that was a successful command. Okay, our next command is IPDNS. So we're going to switch to IPDNS. We can copy and paste if you want. Copy. Enter. Now we're at IP DNS. Now we're going to set this guy up here. And perform this. Copy. Paste and hit enter. So all we get back is a prompt after we do that line. That's what we're seeing. It's now installed. Okay, next we're going to set the static IP addresses. So we're going to copy and paste this to get to that folder. Enter. Now we move to the static folder. Now we're going to take all these static addresses. I'm going to load them all at once. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Copy. Over here. Paste. Hit enter. I did this earlier. I had a problem. There was a typo. There was double dots right here, which messed it up. So that's why we got this result. You won't get that result. So at this point, we should have a fully functional DNS server. So let's take our browser, go out to this address, and see what we get. Paste. And notice we connected to this 1.1.1.1//help/, and it says, yes, we're using DNS over HTTPS with the DOH protocol. So that's what you want to see, that yes right there, that second yes is what counts. And down here it also says connectivity is yes and yes. For IP version 4, I didn't use IP version 6 on this. So IP version 4 is working. IP version 6, they don't know. My router never asked to use it. So now that we know that this thing's working, we can close that. Come back here and see what else is left to do now. Set servers to nothing. We're going to clear all the legacy servers in this next step. In other words, we don't want any other servers out there to be used. So we're going to change to that folder. We'll do 2 lines at a time. Change back to that folder. Enter. Now we've cleared the legacy servers. Now we want to do this. We want to disregard upstream DNS server requests. In other words, if your users have a server request, a DNS server request in their packets, this guy's going to strip them away and say, nope, we're not doing it that way. So we go ahead and we'll execute those 2 lines next. Right-click, copy. Right-click, enter. We haven't set up IP version 6 addressing yet on this router, so we're not going to do the highlighted step here, IP version 6 DHCP client. We haven't established a client, therefore we can't set the use peer DNS equals no. So we're going to have to skip that for now and come back to it in another lesson. Don't forget to back up these changes. Winbox is disabled right now, so back up your in-service copy, and then enable Winbox, and then back up your maintenance copy, so you don't lose all these things that you've already done. So there you have it. We now have a DOH DNS server that's secure, and no middleman can get in the middle and corrupt your searches.